Hey y'all, come with us as we celebrate my 50th birthday with an epic adventure, starting with a trip to Vancouver, Canada, where we board Royal Caribbean's Quantum of the Seas for a Hawaiian cruise. From exploring the sights of Vancouver to soaking up the sun in Honolulu and making unforgettable memories along the way, this trip was definitely one for the books. Can you believe we traveled over 2,700 miles from Vancouver to Honolulu by sea? But watch till the end to find out why we will more than likely not go on this cruise again. Let's go! We kicked off the celebration with a flight to Vancouver, Canada, the gateway to our Hawaiian cruise. This cruise is a repositioning cruise, which means that the ship is relocating to a different cruise region. So it's going to stop in Honolulu twice and end in Australia. However, on the last stop in Honolulu, we're just going to fly back from there. We stayed at the Hyatt Regency Vancouver, which turned out to be a great choice. The hotel was modern, comfortable, and conveniently located within walking distance to Canada Place, the city's iconic cruise pier. There were lots of people walking around. The area around Canada Place was lively and scenic, with waterfront views, restaurants, and shops all nearby. There were lots of people out just enjoying the cool, crisp day. One of the cool things about this area was watching the seaplanes take off and land right there in the harbor, something you don't get to see every day. It was fun to just pause for a moment and watch them glide across the water and lift into the air. Seaplanes departing from Canada Place in Vancouver primarily fly to Victoria, Canada, and they also do scenic tours. The whole scene really added to the charm and energy of the waterfront. During our short stay, we also ventured out to explore Gastown, Vancouver's oldest neighborhood, known for its cobblestone streets, unique boutiques, and the famous Gastown steam clock. The clock is one of the few functioning steam-powered clocks in the world. It draws quite a crowd every 15 minutes when it lets out a little show of steam and whistles. Gastown isn't just about the famous steam clock. It's one of Vancouver's most vibrant and historic neighborhoods. And beyond the clock, Gastown is also a great spot for food lovers. You'll find everything from cozy coffee shops and casual pubs to upscale restaurants. The next day was embarkation day. It was a cloudy and rainy day, but it was time to begin our journey across the Pacific to Hawaii. We headed to our room 710, our home on the sea for the next few days, which was very nice. We had a cozy couch and a large cabinet area for storing our clothes and shoes. The bathroom had a glass shower and plenty of storage, desk space, and additional drawer storage. And a comfortable bed and more storage above it. And then we have our lovely balcony, which right now, as you can see, we have a lovely view of the Vancouver harbor. Here's a little glimpse of how our cruise started out after leaving Vancouver, Canada. It was chilly those first few days, like real jacket and blanket weather. I was bundled up in my blanket on the balcony, and my husband had his jacket zipped all the way up. But even with the cold, we still love sitting out there watching the waves and taking in that fresh ocean air. And then, as we started making our way closer to the Hawaiian Islands, everything began to shift. The sun came out, the air warmed up, and the water smoothed out. Suddenly, it was bright, breezy, and beautiful, exactly the tropical vibe we were waiting for. We had 5 relaxing sea days to enjoy everything the ship had to offer before arriving in Honolulu. We went out on the deck to capture a few folks doing the skydiving simulator. One of our favorite spots to hang out on the ship was by the Flowrider surf simulator. It's always a good time watching people try it out. Some folks were actually really good, riding the waves like they've done it a million times. And then there were others, let's just say, they gave us a good laugh with some pretty epic wipeouts. But this guy was really good, almost like a professional. Either way, it's fun to just sit back and watch. Oh, and speaking of fun things on the ship, we couldn't miss the giant red polar bear, and we saw some of the kids having fun on the rock climbing wall right next to the giant bear. It's this huge, bright red, blocky looking bear that's kind of like the ship's mascot. Definitely makes for a cool photo spot. Right near the red polar bear, you've got the upper deck that overlooks the pool area. A lot of people like to just lounge up there, kicking back in the chairs, soaking up the sun, and people watching from above. Meanwhile, down on the main pool deck, folks were hanging out by the pool, grabbing drinks, listening to music, and just enjoying the classic cruise day vibe. We couldn't pass up the chance to snap a few pictures and grab some video on this gorgeous sunny day. Everything just looked so vibrant and tropical. And I was loving this dress I found on alohafunwear.com. It's so light, flowy, and perfect for the island vibe. And the best part, my husband had the matching shirt. After hanging out on the deck for a bit, we headed back to our room to just chill and enjoy some balcony time. There's nothing like sitting out there, watching the ocean roll by, and just soaking up the moment. Now, I'll be honest, 5 days at sea is a lot for some people, especially my husband. By day 4, he was ready to see land again. But for me, I loved it. It was exactly what I needed. Just super relaxing and the perfect way to disconnect from everyday schedule and clear my head. I really enjoyed the whole transition from the cool October weather back in Vancouver to finally feeling those warm Hawaiian breeze as we got closer. And watching the Pacific from our balcony, it was cool seeing how the water changed too. It started off with big waves and lots of movement, but the closer we got to Hawaii, the calmer and more peaceful it became. Definitely one of my favorite parts of the trip. Speaking of my favorite moments, one thing we never got tired of was the sunsets at sea. Every single evening, it felt like the sky was putting on its own private show just for us. The colors were absolutely unreal, starting with soft golden tones and then slowly melting into shades of orange, pink, purple, and deep blue. It was just breathtaking. It was such a vibe. Most evenings, we tried to make sure we were sitting on our balcony or catch ourselves out on the deck where we would stop in our tracks. It's like everyone on the ship would hit pause for a few minutes just to take it all in. Honestly, no picture or video really does it justice. It's just one of those things you have to experience for yourself. After catching the sunset, we figured we'd check out one of the shows on the ship that night. It was called Star Water, and y'all, it was actually really good. The visuals were super cool, and the main singer, her voice was amazing. She had the kind of voice that just grabs your attention and gives you chills. Definitely one of the highlights of the night. We woke up the next morning to blue skies and the morning light hitting the calm and peaceful water. Mornings at sea just hit different. The fresh breeze, the endless blue all around you, and it's one of those simple moments that really makes cruising special. One cool thing about being on the quantum of the seas, there were so many little surprises around the ship. One of them was this really unique wall art we came across. And at first, it looked like just a regular picture of people, but then we noticed the people were actually moving. One person was writing, another one was drawing, and there was even someone driving a car. Look at that. How unique. This definitely made us stop and do a double take, and just one of those fun little touches that made exploring the ship even more interesting. Now we're overlooking the promenade area, and of course, they were having one of their shopping sales. You know how it is on cruise ships, tables full of deals and people browsing for souvenirs and little goodies to take home. And we had to check out the bionic bar, the robot bartender that mixes your drinks right before your eyes. It's pretty wild and definitely a fun experience. You know, cruising really gives you that perfect mix of relaxation and adventure. There's something so nice about having everything you need right at your fingertips, the food, the entertainment, the views, all while just floating across the ocean. The perfect way to give myself a treat for my birthday of just unwinding, relaxing, and spending quality time with my husband. We saw another show later that night called Sequins and Feathers, which was super fun. Full of bright costumes, high energy dance numbers, and all the glitz and glam you'd expect from a cruise show. It definitely had that classic over the top entertainment vibe that just makes you smile. But then there was Sonic Odyssey. And y'all, this show was something else. It was one of the most unique performances we've seen at sea. The main performer had drum pads built right into his jacket, and he was literally making music by tapping different parts of his body. The way he blended rhythm, lights, and movement was so cool to watch. And then came the earth harp, this massive instrument that stretched from the stage all the way across the theater. The strings were so long that they looked like part of the set, but once he started playing it, the whole room filled with this deep, rich sound that felt like it surrounded you from every direction. To add to all of that, there were drums mounted on the walls, and other musicians were playing them, which added even more energy and layers to the performance. And it wasn't just about the instruments. The singers and dancers were amazing too. The vocals were strong, the choreography was on point, and everything flowed together so well. Between the music, the lights, the dancing, and all the special effects. It was just one of those shows where you were sitting there thinking, how did they even come up with this? After 5 days at sea, it looks like we are finally starting to see some Hawaiian Islands. Our first port is Honolulu. There's no shortage of things to do there. Whether you want to go off and explore on your own like we did, or book one of the cruise line's excursions, there's something for everybody. You've got history, shopping, beaches, hiking, and some really great food spots, all packed into one place. It's one of those ports where you can really make the day whatever you want it to be. As we started pulling into Honolulu, the views were just incredible. Look at this picturesque view. Look at the view. You can see the city skyline coming into focus. Tall buildings, palm trees lining the shore, and that classic mix of urban life meeting island beauty. So for our day in Honolulu, we decided to rent a car, but not just any car. We went with a convertible BMW that we found on Turo. If you've never used Turo before, it's basically like Airbnb, but for cars. Super easy to use, and you can find everything from basic cars to something fun like this. My husband wanted to make sure we celebrated my birthday in style, so riding around with the top down just felt right. Before jumping into the car, we wanted to make sure everything was good with the car, didn't have any damages or scratches on it prior to us driving it. We took a couple of pictures of it as well, just to have before we got in it. The process was smooth, but the only thing we didn't like is that we had to pick it up from a local restaurant parking lot. Now, the owner did give us the option to pick it up at the airport for an additional $40. The only problem with that is we would have had to catch an Uber to the airport, which would have cost us another $40 just to pick it up. So we agreed that he would park it at a local restaurant near the cruise port for free. So the Uber cost was only around $10 to pick the car up. Driving around Honolulu in a convertible with the breeze, palm trees, and island views all around us definitely made the day feel extra special. Plus, it was so nice having the freedom to just explore at our own pace, stop wherever we wanted, and not feel rushed or tied to a tour schedule. If you're ever cruising and have time in port, I highly recommend checking out Turo as an option. It's a fun and easy way to upgrade your adventure and see the island your own way. One of the main things we wanted to do while in Honolulu was visit Pearl Harbor. It's such an amazing and important piece of history, and being there in person really hits differently. Pearl Harbor is a historic site that commemorates the lives lost during World War II, December 7th, 1941. The site itself is really beautiful and so well maintained. The grounds are super clean with open spaces, memorials, and exhibits that help tell the story of what happened.
You have to purchase a ticket for exhibits if you want to explore different options at Pearl Harbor. We did the USS Missouri exhibit with a view of the USS Arizona Memorial. To get to the site where the ships are, you first board a shuttle bus that takes you to the ship's site. Once we arrived to the ship site, we boarded a historic battleship, the USS Missouri. Here we are on the ship. This ship is where World War II officially ended. The Japanese signed the surrender documents on this ship, and this ship is now a museum and is open for tours and exploration. Visitors can walk on the ship and explore the main deck, go below deck, and even check out the flying bridge. We checked out the huge guns on deck and just took a moment to learn about the event. It's super cool to see up close and walk through such a big piece of history. Now I had on a dress, so make sure you're wearing comfortable clothes to climb up and down the ship's stairs to get to multiple decks. As we went below deck, we really got a glimpse of what life was like for the sailors. There were sleeping quarters, dining areas, and even the command and control rooms. It's kind of crazy to imagine how many people lived and worked on this ship at one time. We also climbed up to the flying bridge where the ship's commanding officers would have stood during their missions. The views from up there were pretty cool. You can look out over the harbor and imagine what it must have been like when this ship was active. The USS Arizona Memorial is close by, and you don't actually walk on that ship itself. The memorial is a floating structure built above the sunken remains of the USS Arizona. And if you book that exhibit, you can still see parts of the Arizona below the water. And just a quick tip, be aware that large backpacks and bags aren't allowed inside Pearl Harbor. The park rangers will stop you at the entrance if you try to bring one in. And they do have lockers available for rent near the visitor center. Or you can leave your things locked in your car. And if you get hungry or thirsty while you're there, they do have food and drink options on site. Overall, it's such a meaningful place to visit, and I'm really glad we made time for it. After that, we headed over to Kailua-Kona Avenue, the vibrant main tourist strip lined with shops, restaurants, and hotels for lunch. The restaurant we chose was Lulu's Waikiki, which was somewhat of a sports bar vibe, but was open and airy with beautiful views of Waikiki Beach. After finishing up, we returned our little blue BMW convertible, definitely made some fun memories cruising around in that, and then headed back to the ship. Once on board, we went straight to the room to freshen up and get a little rest. After a full day of sightseeing and running around in the sun, that nap hit different, and just a little recharge before the night's fun started. Later that evening, we made our way to one of my favorite cruise night events, the silent headphone party. If you've never been to one, let me tell you, it's hilarious. Everyone gets a pair of headphones with different music channels to choose from. Some people on the dance floor are all vibing, but they're all dancing and singing to completely different songs. From the outside, if you take your headphones off and just watch, it's pure comedy. Folks are singing their hearts out, off key, off beat, and completely carefree.
You'll hear people belting out everything from hip hop to 80s hits, all at the same time and completely unaware of how they sound to everyone else. It's one of the best places on the ship for people watching and guaranteed laughs. Once you put the headphones on, you're part of the fun too. The energy is contagious. 1 minute you're dancing to Beyonce, then you flip the channel and you're singing along to old school throwbacks. The DJ battles between channels just makes it even better. We danced, laughed, and sang right along with everybody else, and by the end of the night, our cheeks were hurting from smiling and laughing so much. Next up, we arrived at our next port, Kailua-Kona on the big island of Hawaii. And fun fact, this day was actually my birthday. My husband, being the thoughtful guy he is, booked me a morning massage at the ship's spa before we headed out to explore. Definitely a nice little birthday treat to start the day off right. Now, one thing about Kailua-Kona, since there's no big cruise pier here, ships have to anchor offshore and tender guests in. That just means you hop on a smaller boat that takes you from the ship to the shore. It's a short ride and actually kind of fun because you get great views and photos of the ships sitting out in the bay in deep blue water. It's just lovely. There was also a resort right at the shore where you see visitors kayaking and enjoying the ocean. The waves are pretty big here too. Here comes one of the tender boats. It's coming back to the ship to get more guests. Now let me tell you about the tender process. The process was pretty smooth. While on board the ship the night before, they will tell you what group and or time to arrive the next morning to board the tender boat to go ashore. Once our group was called, we headed down to the tender loading area and boarded the boat. The ride itself only takes a few minutes, but depending on the waves, it can be a little bumpy. So if you're prone to motion sickness, it's something to keep in mind, and you may want to take some motion sickness medicine that morning or put your motion patch on or your wristband on. Now, even though it was a bit wavy at times again, the views were amazing. You get to look back at the ship from the water, which is always cool because it really puts into perspective how massive the ship is. Look at that. The breeze felt great this day, and the shoreline of Kona was in the distance with its palm trees, little buildings, and that small town island feel. People on the tender were flipping through their excursion tickets, checking their phones, grabbing photos, and just getting excited for the day ahead. Some key things that you can do in Kailua-Kona.
As soon as you get off the tender boat, there is a resort there with a little small beach area. It's very small, but it is a little beach area there. Then they also have a few little shops that you can walk to that you should definitely check out. They have some nice little Kona coffee tours, and you can grab some local eats as well. Even though Kona is a smaller port, there's still plenty to keep you busy for the day, like I said, whether you're looking for adventure, relaxation, history, or just good food. Now, before we knew it, our tender boat was pulling up to the dock, and it was time for us to start our day ashore. So when we stepped out the tender in Kailua-Kona, we were right in the heart of it all. On the pier, you'll see a handful of tour booths offering last-minute excursions or island tours if you didn't book something ahead of time through the cruise ship. However, always remember that it's best practice to book your excursions through the cruise ship. One of the first things you see after walking from the tender drop off is an ABC store. There was also an unexpected surprise during our visit. Kona was hosting the Ironman World Championship while we were there. So these little barricades and barriers and tents are related to the Ironman Championship. Now, the ABC stores are very popular in Hawaii with tourists. It's like your one-stop shop for t-shirts, sunglasses, souvenirs, snacks, travel necessities, and more if needed. A few steps away, there is a Marriott hotel which sits in a prime oceanfront spot with a very small sandy beach that's open to the public. Kona also has a little trolley you can jump on to explore, and I'm not really sure how much it costs or if it was free. Kailua-Kona itself is a pretty small and laid-back town with a really chill island vibe. There are a bunch of cute little shops, local boutiques, and restaurants all along Alihi Drive, which runs right along the waterfront and is very walkable. We wandered around a bit and popped into some shops, explored some of the cultural sites, and of course, grabbed some ice cream to cool off. Alihi Drive isn't just about shops and restaurants. There are some really cool cultural sites to check out too. There are several ancient churches along the street, so take some time and explore reading the signs in front of these sites. We're coming up on one of the ancient churches that sits on Alihi Drive. Walking along Alihi Drive, you'll feel the blend of old and new, the vibrant life of the town alongside these important historical landmarks that tell the story of the island's past. From here, you could see the cruise ship out in the ocean from the distance. As you walk down Alihi Drive, there was a man, he was standing on a corner and he had these parrots that you could take pictures with. And there are shops on both sides of the street. So you need to just take your time and just walk and explore all the different shops. One of the most famous sites is the Holahihi Palace, which used to be a vacation home for Hawaiian royalty. It's now a museum where you can see beautiful artifacts, traditional Hawaiian furnishings, and learn about the island's royal history. So here you'll see the actual Iron Man village that we're about to pass. Remember earlier I was telling you that in Kona, they were hosting the Iron Man Championship. So they had a little village where they had a lot of different things taking place. It was wild to see this in person. We caught parts of the biking portion with athletes flying down the road like machines, fully focused. And actually out in the ocean, you could see swimmers powering through the water. It was just nonstop action. And to the right here, we're getting ready to pass the Waterfront Row Outlet Mall. The Waterfront Row is a shopping and dining destination located along Alihi Drive. It's known for its oceanfront views, diverse shops, and restaurants, including the popular Kona restaurant and bar. Visitors can enjoy strolling along the waterfront, browsing unique boutiques, and savoring delicious meals while taking in the scenic beauty of the Pacific Ocean. So here's a nice little beachy area that we came upon as we were walking along the street. And it gave a good area for you to take some nice photos by the rocks down there where all the people are standing. And you could get the ship in the distance in your photos. So if you're looking for a place to take family photos or a selfie, this is the perfect spot. We came across this store called Surfing Ass, and with a name like that, of course we had to check it out. They are famously known for their locally made treats called donkey balls. They're oversized chocolate-covered macadamia nuts with some hilarious names and bold flavors. Definitely one of those fun, only in Hawaii kind of finds that make for the perfect souvenir or snack for the road. And here we got a glimpse of some of the competitors training for the Ironman competition. So before we headed back to the ship, we decided to cool off in the beach area adjacent from the Kailua Pier, known as Kailua-Kona Beach. I hope I pronounced that right. It's a small sheltered beach with white sand and it's located behind the Courtyard Marriott. The locals call this beach the Children's Beach because the water is so shallow. They even allow you to rent kayaks and you can go further out in the ocean past the little structure that you'll see right here to go enjoy yourself out in the ocean. We're going to enjoy ourselves for a few more minutes on the beach and then we're going to head back to the ship. We've been back on the ship for a while and now we're headed back to Honolulu. Kailua-Kona at night is hard to describe until you see it for yourself. The lights from the shops and restaurants along Alihi Drive reflect off the water. You'll hear gentle waves in the background, maybe a little live music coming from a nearby bar, and the ocean breeze just wraps around you. It's the kind of vibe that makes you want to slow down, take a deep breath, and just soak it all in. Overall, Kona was super cute and easy to walk around and gave us a little taste of the Big Island. We're back in Honolulu as the ship continued to Australia. We're doing an overnight stay at the Hyatt Regency Waikiki Beach Resort and Spa. The lobby of the Hyatt Regency Waikiki Beach Resort and Spa is absolutely beautiful and airy with an open tropical feel that immediately puts you in vacation mode. As you enter, you're greeted by soaring ceilings and natural light flooding in from large windows and open air spaces that let the ocean breeze flow through. And everyone we encountered at the hotel was nice and helpful. The centerpiece of the lobby is a stunning open atrium surrounded by lush greenery with palm trees and tropical plants, giving it a true island vibe.
The decor blends Hawaiian-inspired elements with modern touches, think wooden accents, stone textures, and soft neutral tones that complement the surrounding nature. There's plenty of comfortable seating throughout the space where guests can relax, people watch, or enjoy the gentle sounds of the water features nearby. You'll also find boutique shops, a cafe, and even a glimpse of the hotel's signature restaurants just off the main lobby area. Overall, the atmosphere feels light, breezy, and welcoming. A perfect first impression that makes you feel like you've officially arrived in paradise. The hotel check-in area is on the second floor of the hotel lobby, and you get open area views of the beach and the surroundings of the main street right in front of the hotel. Our room wasn't ready when we checked in, but we could leave our luggage with the bellhop so that we could get started enjoying the island. But once we were able to check in, we just had to get a shot of this amazing view of the city from our balcony. With just 24 hours to make the most of it, we wasted no time. So we hit Kailua-Kona Avenue to do some sightseeing. We also explored one of Waikiki's must-visit spots, their international marketplace. This place is a beautiful mix of modern shopping and classic Hawaiian charm. You'll find everything here, from luxury brands to unique local boutiques. And it's not just about shopping. The centerpiece of the marketplace is this stunning historic banyan tree. It's been here for over a century and adds so much character to the space. There's also no shortage of great places to eat, whether you want a quick snack or a sit-down meal with island flavors. If you're in Waikiki, the International Marketplace is definitely worth a visit. One of our absolute highlights of our trip was our visit to the world-famous Waikiki Beach. It was just steps away from the Hyatt Regency Waikiki Beach Resort and Spa that we stayed at. One of the things we loved most, how easy it is to get from the hotel to the sand. You literally walk out the doors, across the street, and you're there. From the moment your feet hit the sand, you understand why Waikiki is so iconic. The sand is soft, the breeze is gentle, and the view, oh my God, absolutely picture perfect. This beach has a little something for everyone, whether you want to swim, paddleboard, or just sit back and watch the surfers ride those classic Waikiki waves. And let's not forget that stunning view of Diamond Head Crater in the background. It feels like something straight out of a postcard. We spent hours just relaxing here, toes in the sand, drink in hand, soaking in the sunshine. And the water is calm and shallow, making it perfect for a refreshing swim or just floating around without a care in the world. Although described collectively as Waikiki Beach to the world, locals break down the area into 7 sections, each offering a little different vibe, activities, and accessibility. Together, these 7 sections of the beach span 2 miles. The 7 sections are known as number 1, Kahanamoku Beach. Number 2, Fort DeRussy Beach. Number 3, Royal Hawaiian Beach. Number 4, Kuhiho Beach. Number 5, Queens Beach. Number 6, Sanssouci Beach. Number 7, Kamana Beach. We only got a chance to explore 3 sections of Waikiki Beach, and honestly, even that wasn't enough time. Waikiki is much bigger than people think, with different areas giving you slightly different vibes. Some parts are more laid back and peaceful, others are lively with music, shops, and people everywhere. It's one of those places where you could easily spend days just beach hopping, people watching, and catching the sunset from a new spot every evening. Then we wandered through nearby hotel resorts and grabbed some fantastic photos of Diamond Head from different angles along the beach and pier. Diamond Head is one of Honolulu's most iconic landmarks. This massive ancient volcanic crater that towers over the coastline. Whether you're seeing it from the beach or further down the shoreline, it makes the perfect backdrop for photos. We explored Fort DeRussy Beach Park. Now, Fort DeRussy Beach Park is a large open green space located along the Waikiki shoreline in Honolulu. Originally a military reservation, today it's a public park that offers a peaceful, laid-back escape from the busier parts of Waikiki while still being right in the heart of it all. The park features wide, grassy areas perfect for picnics, lounging, or playing outdoor games. Towering palm trees provide shade, and walking paths weave throughout the park, leading you toward the sandy stretch of Fort DeRussy Beach, which is less crowded actually compared to other sections of Waikiki Beach. So if you're looking for a beach that's beautiful, a little quieter, and just a short walk from the hustle and bustle of Waikiki, this is the spot. One thing we really enjoyed was how spacious this beach felt compared to some of the busier spots, as I mentioned before, and the views. Whether you're looking at the ocean or back towards the beautiful resorts and palm trees, it's picture perfect from every angle. And as the sun started to set, Fort DeRussy transformed into a calm, golden retreat. The light softens, the waves slow down, and it becomes the perfect place to reflect and unwind after a long day in Waikiki. Fort DeRussy is perfect for swimming, snorkeling, or just floating around while taking an incredible view of the Honolulu skyline and Diamond Head in the distance. There's plenty of room to spread out, and the vibe is definitely more relaxed at Fort DeRussy. You'll see families, couples, and even people paddleboarding along the shore. It's peaceful, scenic, and easy to love. After hanging out at Fort DeRussy Beach, we decided to head back to Kuhiho Beach right across from our hotel. As I said before, this beautiful stretch of sand is located right in the heart of Waikiki and just steps from all the action, but it still manages to feel like a relaxing little escape. One of the first things you'll notice is the famous Duke Kahanamoku statue, a must-see landmark and the perfect spot for a quick photo before heading down to the sand. This area is rich with Hawaiian history and culture, and it really sets the tone for your beach day. Kuhiho Beach is known for its calm, protected waters thanks to the breakwater walls. It's a great spot for families or anyone who just wants to float, swim, and relax without worrying about big waves. The water here is warm, clear, and absolutely inviting. We loved how there's something for everyone. Whether it's little ones splashing near the shore, snorkelers exploring the shallow reef areas, or surfers catching waves a bit farther out. As the afternoon turns to evening, Kuhiho Beach really shines. The sunsets here are next level. The sky lights up in shades of pink, orange, and purple, and it feels like the perfect, peaceful way to end the day. Our visit to Kuhiho Beach reminded us why Waikiki is one of the most beloved beach destinations in the world. Beautiful, relaxing, and full of aloha spirit. That night, we wrapped things up with delicious food and drinks at Shorefire Grill and Bar, located inside the International Marketplace. We were seated at a table with a great view overlooking Kalakaua Avenue, and the evening island breeze just added to the whole experience. It was warm and gentle as we sat overlooking the busy avenue. And just as we were finishing up, we caught a luau-style performance happening right in the middle of the marketplace. The live music, hula dancers, and fire performers really made it feel like Hawaii was sending us off in true island style. It was the perfect ending to an amazing trip. We enjoyed every moment, then headed back to the hotel to get a little sleep before our early morning flight back to Nashville. This birthday trip was unforgettable, filled with adventure, history, sunshine, and special memories that I'll cherish for years to come. Now we're headed back home. So, in conclusion, the one reason why we probably won't ever take a Hawaiian cruise again is because those 5 long days at sea were just too much. We're used to cruises where you're hitting a new destination every couple of days, not sitting in the middle of the ocean for nearly a week straight. Honestly, if we're going to Hawaii again, we'd rather just take a direct flight, enjoy more time in Honolulu and Waikiki Beach, and maybe even do some island hopping while we're there. The best part about this cruise is when we finally arrived in Hawaii. Also, you'll notice we didn't really spend much time talking about the food on the cruise because there wasn't much to say. The food was good, but not great. We ate in the main dining room every night and grabbed breakfast and lunch at the Windjammer, and it felt exactly like every other Royal Caribbean cruise we've been on. Nothing special, nothing memorable. The entertainment wasn't bad. It was just decent enough to help us pass the time during those long days at sea, but it definitely didn't make up for how restless we felt. So for us, Hawaii is best enjoyed by land and not by sea. Thanks so much for watching. If this video was helpful, please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. It might seem like a small thing, but it makes a huge difference. Your support helps more people discover our content and allows us to keep creating travel videos just like this. We truly appreciate each and every one of you for being a part of our journey. And until next time, take care and we'll see you in the next video.